Okay,
know.
whenever you're ready to start.
Oh, I've been ready.
My head's swimming a little bit.
Yeah, I've been scatterbrained like all day.
Oh no, I haven't had nicotine in like a week, and I just got some, and
Oh, so you're like,
I'm just pumping myself full over here right now.
Pumping yourself full of what? Nicotine?
There's another new update for Dying Light.
Again?
Yeah, it's called Deadeye's Promise.
June.
It adds
Jesus.
crossbows.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Damn. Fucking still getting updates. What the fuck? That's insane.
You know what else is
They're not
insane?
huge. What's that?
Sean Layden's leaving PlayStation. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the XVE Podcast, where segues are mediocre at best. I am joined once again by Shane and Seth.
Welcome to the Segway Cast.
Welcome to the Segway Cast, where all we do is talk about segways. No, it is October 3rd. It is officially spooky month. And yeah, today we're going to be talking about Sean Layden has officially left PlayStation, and it's like nobody seems to be talking about that right now for some reason. So really want to jump in on that. The hows, the whys, the possibilities. We're going to talk a little bit about.
I actually like Sean Layden.
Yeah, he was one of the cool guys. We're going to talk a little bit about a couple of the games that have come out over the past couple of weeks and just how our hands-on impressions with them. Shane wants to talk about Monster Hunter a little bit. Seth wants to talk about Destiny. I'm going to talk about Code Vein and the Surge. And we're also going to be talking about... There was one more thing, right, that I said earlier? It was...
I don't remember.
Well, this wouldn't be the XVE podcast without me forgetting what the topics are. So yeah, we'll jump in with Sean Layden leaving first. For those who don't know, Sean Layden was like, he's been around for a while. He was the chairman of Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide Studios.
I would say he's one of the big three that we're down to one of now.
Yeah.
The big three boys, him, Reggie, and
Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer.
Yeah, so he was the chairman of Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide Studios, which is like for the most part, I'd say it's the generalized Sony headquarters. Like the SIE is like where everything else roots back to when it comes to video games. So he's announced that he is leaving. There's a lot of rumors going around on what's going on with that. What is your take on this whole thing, Seth? Because we haven't really talked about it too much yet. Just you mentioned it, and then
I don't know if he's I don't know why he's leaving. Exactly. Like, we do know that there is a bit of a power struggle going on in Sony's infrastructure. At least that's what we've heard. And he's either just sick of it and stepping down, or maybe he's I mean, he's getting old. Maybe he's just retiring because it's time for him to retire. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's been with Sony since 1987.
Yeah.
That's a long fucking time.
No. I'm hoping it won't. I hate to say it, but as of right now, I don't know if it's stuff that he oversaw before with the whole cross-platform thing now being an open option for PlayStation and stuff, and PS Now moving to PC as well. I don't know if that was his idea as like his final hurrah or what, but like it seems like
no,
things
that's
are
pretty
going
good deal though. Yeah,
like it seems like things are going good with Sony, and I hope whoever replaces him doesn't,
I think
hurt that in any way.
That's the biggest concern right now is that with him leaving, because he wanted to start changing the direction of Sony anyways, and Sony is currently undergoing an inside uh restructuring of their business model, which
Mhm.
is concerning on all platforms of theirs. Like when it comes to games, movies, all that. I mean, with them changing everything like that, I'm sure there was something there that he just did not like the sound of, so he's dipping. Which, I mean, with the times changing, companies change. This is a
Mhm.
normal thing that happens all the time.
But like, I always felt like if for Sony to restructure itself as Microsoft has been doing over the past few years under Phil Spencer, I always thought that Sean Layden would be the one really pushing that, which is why I kind of like was caught off guard by the fact that he was stepping down. You know,
Yeah.
it was like,
Well,
oh,
I think something that has to do with that is recently he's been openly talking about how tired he is of all these events and stuff, especially E3. He thinks that it's an
yeah,
outdated model and that it shouldn't be the main stage anymore for
which we
reveals
now
and
know that it
whatnot.
is
Yeah, that's why
based on rumors.
PSX even exists. And yeah, he kind of like saw it coming, I guess would be the best way to say it, because he's dipping, and now there is that leak of E3 getting this whole new face, it's like a makeover. It's gonna be all about influencers and celebrities coming in to promote the games and stuff. It's not gonna be
Uh,
about there's no more
I I feel like we're gonna be getting all of our new game information from Jeff Keighley here soon. Like he's gonna be like Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards is gonna be like the thing to watch to find out about stuff
Yep.
I
with
love the
everything
Game
moving his
Awards.
way.
I mean,
Which
he's been on a roll, so
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff Keighley's been stepping up his game. The Game Awards have been getting nuts lately.
the Game Awards were
So
good. He even though there wasn't a whole lot exciting happening at it, the Gamescom opening night live that they did, that they had him like
mhm.
run, that was pretty good too on his part. I mean,
Yeah.
production wise.
Yeah. I mean I trust Jeff Keighley enough, and I wanna the only thing I really wanna hope for this is that this doesn't mean Sean Layden is like completely out of the picture. Cause it's kinda gonna suck watching these shows now and then like if we ever see one again, and then the next time we watch one there'll be no Reggie, there'll be no him. It'll just be Phil Spencer as like the final old man running a company, you know? The face we've
Yeah.
known for forever.
Cause I miss Reggie. Reggie's awesome.
Dude, but we all know Phil Spencer's not leaving anytime soon. He has made it his goal to pull Xbox from the grave, and he's doing a damn good job of it. So
Yeah, he is. It's weird. Like they've done a complete 360. Um,
we don't we don't know how much of it is actually Phil Spencer's doing, but he gets all the credit for it. So I don't know. It sucks that the vanguard of old people telling us things.
Well, it's been like that for several years. I mean, a couple
Hmm.
of the names I can think of that what okay, so you had the one that I always think of is, you remember Jerry Lambert being the ad campaign guy for PlayStation for the long time? He was called Kevin Butler in all the ads. He was that
Yeah.
dude with the blonde hair and the like suit and tie. And he would always like, for PlayStation 3, he'd always be like, "You know what's rad? Video games." Blah 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 blah, like that guy. Yeah.
I
He
think I
just
saw an
kind of
interview with him on Attack of the Show once, and he was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he just kind of vanished. He was just gone one day. He was doing all these ads and stuff for PlayStation 3 and then was gone. And that's like Jack Tretton, the guy who was before um Sean Layden. He was like at 2 or 3 E3s and then was just gone. Shuhei or Andrew House left recently. Like Sony's been getting rid of people a lot. Like
It was this picture, which I'm sure you can put it in the on the screen or whatever that made me sad when I first saw the news. They're like, we'll never see that again.
Yep. Well, it was a cool moment. I still find it funny that they got everybody on, they got all three of them on stage like that, and then we're like, gaming is about being together as the crossplay bullshit was going on at that time, and fucking
Yeah.
Reggie and Phil are just kind of eyeballing Sean like, And for the audio listeners, it's the picture of those three on stage together at the Game Awards. Sean Layden, Phil Spencer, and Reggie Fils-Aimé, which happened last year. But
Mhm.
but yeah, it's pretty crazy that he's just kind of leaving out of nowhere. I mean, it happens a lot. It just seems like nobody else is really talking about it right now. So
Oh, interesting question. It's kind of off topic, but kind of on topic. Since we've gotten all this news from Sony and how they said that crossplay is ready for any developer that wants to use it, right?
yeah,
Do you think this is the kick in the butt any voice over IP company needs to try to make a cross-platform VoIP program? Because the only one we have now is you can use Skype on PC and Xbox. That's it. But like, and I know Discord has talked about doing it in the past, but you think if widespread adoption of crossplay happens, do you think any of these companies are going to try to step up and actually do that?
I think. Sorry, I keep yawning. I think Discord should. I think Discord should find a way to integrate their thing into all the consoles and have it just universally be usable.
I'm surprised they haven't. Well, maybe they have tried to strike up a deal, but man, I would kill for that feature. That'd be really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know how much more I would like be willing to play online games on my PS4 and shit, knowing with like other people outside of our friend group. If I
Yep,
like,
if I didn't have to use party chat.
yeah, I hate having to
Yeah,
fucking use party chat because
Yeah.
you know our computers are all right next to the rest of our shit, so we can use Discord.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
They
would be much more willing to.
if they can make some select deals, they could. Man, they could go
I mean,
through a
I'm
really high rise of power.
I'm in a Monster Hunter and a Dauntless Discord that I play with people when I'm not in here, and a lot of them use their phones, which helps, but it's not perfect, you know. It would be nice to instead of everyone be able to do it in their own, just on whatever is most convenient for them. It would bring online gaming together.
Yeah. Um. So with Sean Layden leaving, what do you think that leaves for PSX this year? How do you think they're gonna handle that? Because
Oh,
it's only 2 months away.
it depends on how they balance out this power struggle or whatever they're going through.
Yeah,
And we really the one thing we have to hope for is we have to hope that Sean Layden leaving wasn't a huge surprise and doesn't leave a power vacuum, because when that happens, companies tend to make bad decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When a lot of people are arguing over different things that one person should be in charge of, it really doesn't help them. They need to figure all that stuff out, and if PSX takes a hit for it, I think we'll all understand. But
I guess the bigger
uh they
question
need to not push
is
it too hard, I guess.
the bigger question is, are we even gonna get a PSX this year? Do you guys think?
I
Because they haven't said a word.
I would think so, honestly, because I
um
mean they made a big deal about not being at a like E3 and everything. So
yeah,
I would
I
hope
would
they do, but it's gonna be really hit or miss, just because like their state of place have either been really good or really bad. So
yeah,
it,
let's hope they never
it could
miss.
go either way. Yeah, you
Um
fucking hell team.
okay, the reason I think there needs to be a PSX is because, let's be real, their state of plays have sucked. They're bad. They they need to show us something to renew our faith. Because they can't just be like, here's 20 minutes, Last of Us 2. Woo. Like, you realize it's been like what, 2 years? We've seen nothing else on Ghost of Tsushima, right? since that E3?
Yeah, we've got no real news, I guess.
Yeah. Like, no, I don't think we got a new trailer. Maybe a new like poster image or something. But it's like, I don't know. They need to show us stuff. The kings of giving us information about the games that we want to know about so far have been Nintendo. And I know Microsoft saves theirs for Game Awards, TGS, and E3, which is fine. We tend to get the big Xbox dumps then, and that's really nice. But Sony's just been struggling, and I don't like to see it.
Yeah, honestly, I think the winners of this year have been Nintendo. They've been killing it.
Yep, Nintendo has showed us everything we've wanted. On time, they're really good about having like a direct or something a few months before the game comes out, just enough to really drive the hype into full gear right
That's,
before the
if
game comes
anything,
out.
to say, regardless of like which company you like best, fucking brand wars and all that, because everybody does that shit. Regardless of what you think in terms of game releases overall, you gotta give it up for their directs and stuff. Those things have been amazing this year. I don't think there's been a
Yeah.
single one that hasn't like made us like at least
I'm
get hyped in some way.
I'm really excited for the Pokemon Direct that we know is coming because Pokemon comes out next month.
Yeah. We're
Uh,
gonna have our own fucking Pokey podcast, dude. I'm not ready for that one. It's gonna be so hard for me to keep up with everybody.
There's actually a lot of new information that's come out about Pokemon over the last couple of days, but I'm just gonna wait until right before the game comes out and to information dump everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
I'll be able to carry you through that one, don't worry.
the last thing I want to say about this in general, the Sean Layden thing, is he's been prominent in the industry for a long time, and I wish him the best, because I mean, if
Yeah.
he's retiring,
Just like Reggie, if he's old and it's his time to go, then I hope whatever he goes and does, he's successful in it. I don't want to see people shit talking him just because he's leaving. You know,
yeah,
like let him go out there and do his own thing.
it's gonna be interesting seeing where things go from here.
Just hope Phil Spencer doesn't leave anytime soon.
Yeah.
I don't think he will. Like I said, I think he's actually on a fucking like conquest to change the way console gaming works at its fundamental levels. That's what he seems to be doing. That's what he's pushing for.
Well, hopefully their consoles can
Follow suit.
Nintendo's fine. I was gonna say Nintendo's fine. Hopefully Sony does follow suit because they just seem like you said, it just seems like they're lagging behind.
I think one of the reasons, like Nintendo has touched on crossplay a little bit. Dauntless is going to have crossplay when it comes out here soon on Switch. Fortnite has it and stuff. They've been dipping their toes in it. I think they're still trying to figure out how the Switch's online works. You know, have you guys kind of feel that? That the Switch Online still isn't like finished.
I feel like they don't really know what direction they want to go in with the online in terms of it as a service.
Because we haven't really seen them use that Xbox contract thing, whatever they have together yet.
Just to flex Banjo, because that was part of it.
Yeah. So it's like we're gonna get there. We just got to give it some time. I just hope that Sony keeps up whatever they're planning on doing and doesn't let whatever internal problems they're going through right now, rear its ugly head towards customers.
I'm sure financially they know they're going to be fine because they have a game that's going to come out and literally give them a mountain of gold when it releases next year, and that's The Last of Us. Last of Us is literally going to sell so much for them, and it's going to do
so is Death
well.
Stranding.
It has such a following.
Death Stranding, they literally have 2 gold mines in the wings.
Yeah. So financially they're doing fine, but I think that's part of the problem. I don't think they've been put in the hot seat in a while since like the PlayStation days. So they're getting too cocky.
Yeah, they've been.
That's what happened to Xbox. I mean, look at them. Holy shit, they were
They've
like
just been
the
kind of
butt of
rolling.
all memes.
Through, and that is what happened to Xbox. The success of the 360 made them get too cocky with the Xbox One, and it shows in sales numbers. It shows. They've done a really good job of picking themselves back up off of that, and I think Sony did that too. Sony did a good job at the end of the PS3 era, really
they brought it
coming
back
forward.
But that's what I'm saying is they haven't been put in the hot seat in a long time. So now
Mhm.
now that they are in such a comfortable position, they're just like whatever to everything that's happening.
I never thought I'd be in a position to say that Sony or Microsoft not having that many exclusives, they made it work. They're making it work, and I don't know how they're doing it. Sony's making it work on the opposite end by buying up all the exclusives. Except for Nintendo exclusives, obviously. But I don't know. We're in a weird state in video games right now. I'm sure you guys can agree that the next console generation can take us one of two directions, and that's we can either go towards the unified system that everybody wants right now, or back to console wars of last generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they still
everyone
happen a
arguing.
lot, but I don't understand why they happen a lot. People are fucking retarded, but
yeah. As someone who owns all of them, it's like I don't understand why people talk shit.
yeah.
I use them all for different things, and
All right, well, that's gonna be it on that. Next topic is I remembered what it was. Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Oh yeah, and it's a mountain of microtransactions.
That's what I said.
I've heard the game's really good though. Other than that, I've heard that's the one problem people are having with it.
It comes out tomorrow on
Yarp.
PS4, Xbox One, and PC via the Epic Games Store and Uplay.
And Uplay.
Are we
I hate the
excited for
Epic.
this game?
Can't you play it right now if you have? Aren't they one of the ones that's like if you pay for this service, you get it this day. If you pay for that service,
It's if you bought the like $100 version.
Yeah, if you bought the
can play
collector's
it right
edition,
now.
you got it
Okay.
a few days early.
yeah, 3-day early access. Though I do like the statue. It does look kind of cool. Not gonna lie.
But
And the box is pretty cool too.
But I'm upset about the Epic Games Store thing, but I'm not that upset because it's also on Uplay, and you need Uplay to play it.
Anyways, so
Even
you
if you're
would
on Steam?
literally be cutting out that extra bit by just directly buying it on Uplay and leaving it at that.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to get it because we had a lot of fun in Wildlands, like playing together and everything. That was super cool. And this
Part
one's
of
supposed to
me-
be what more realistic, kinda.
Kinda. It's
Yeah.
technically the sequel to Wildlands.
It's also kind of a
so-
survival
Yes.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never actually watched any gameplay of it because I didn't want to because I want to get it eventually, and
I want to get it at some point too, but I really want to finish Wildlands first.
I don't blame you.
now
That's
that I know
probably a
it's
good
an
idea.
actual sequel. And I haven't got to finish Wildlands yet, and I really like that game a lot. Weirdly enough, me and Kyle got that on a whim at 10 o'clock in the morning one day.
Yeah,
Because we
were
wanted
just
something to play together.
Fuck it. And
Yep.
then it ended up being really fun. And yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it flat out tomorrow. I could if I wanted to, but that's one of those multiplayer games. I mean, by heart. So if nobody else here is gonna be getting it immediately, then I'm probably gonna hold off. I don't think
It's
Vinny's
also
getting
one of
it.
those. It's also one of those games where, since it's so contained to co-op multiplayer, there's no fear of missing out. There's no well, if I wait too long, maybe the community will die down or whatever. You just play it whenever with your friends. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I hate the amount of microtransactions that are in it now that I've looked, but
Yeah. Well,
at
hopefully,
least it's mostly
no,
cosmetic
not
shit. So
yeah.
I don't know. There's no weird way to make it sound better, but it's
I'm
you
sure,
should
like
do it.
usual, it's probably not the developer's fault. It's always
Ubisoft does like to Ubisoft makes good games, but they do love their microtransactions as of late. I mean, you guys saw that you could literally buy your way through Far Cry New Dawn.
Yeah. I'm not a very big fan of
Ubisoft makes me
the
feel some type of way, and I don't like it.
yeah, they're really conflicting because I'm excited for Watch Dogs, but I know for a fact that game's gonna have a bunch of bullshit in it too.
Dude, I bet you'll be able to buy party members.
Probably. You know what I want them to do with that game? Not to derive too much off the topic here, but I want them to make it so that you can get the guy from Watch Dogs 2 and Aiden Pierce, like in some way. You could recruit them. That'd be sick. Very unlikely scenario, but it'd be
Those would
really
be cool pre-order bonuses.
Yeah. Back on Breakpoint though, I know the main bad guy is that actor from The Walking Dead. That's like literally
And
only
Punisher.
and Punisher. That's like all I know him for. Apparently, I was reading that you can actually go straight to him and like try to fight him at the beginning of the game, but they said it's not a good idea.
Yeah. I guess that you could also do that in Wildlands. You can actually go straight to where some of the mob bosses are and try to kill them like outside of the story, but they're a lot harder that way.
Yeah. Well, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Mercenaries on PS2. Not in the first one, the entire antagonist lineup, all of them were based on a deck of cards. There was like the Four of Hearts, the just a whole deck.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah,
I cannot
that's
You
ex-
played
fucking
Mercenaries a
think.
lot too, Shane.
Yeah, because I missed that game. I loved it.
that's literally like what it reminds me of the most. I'm pretty sure it's a straight like homage, I guess would be the best way to put it, to that system, because you could just find them out in the middle. Like you could be driving a tank because Mercenaries is an open sandbox. You could be doing whatever the fuck you want, like driving a tank over a snowy hill, and there's like a compound to your right, and it's like, oh well, I'm gonna randomly shoot a shot into that compound and see what happens. Accidentally kill the three of clubs and be like, okay, moving on. Like that's it's just how that game worked. It was really cool. You could just find the main guy out in the middle of like he had his own like massive fucking fortress that he hid in, so you couldn't really, but if you found that and tried to get in, you could kill him at the beginning of the game.
I like when games let you do things like that. And the one reason I'm excited for Breakpoint is the reason I like Wildlands is I really like the games, these open world games with the play it your way motto.
Yeah.
In Wildlands, we know you could go in loud, guns blazing, helicopters, tanks, all this shit. Or you could not do
or
that.
just don't.
Yeah. I mean, there was a mission that me and you did in Wildlands where we killed everyone in a compound from a building that was like a mile away.
Yep.
With sniper rifles and drones. Like, I love that shit. And
Yeah, that kind of stuff's super fun.
Yeah,
I remember the compound we all snuck into where we all just was stealthy as hell and all.
you get real tactical about it.
Yeah,
love that
dude.
stuff. And that's why I'm so excited for Breakpoint. That's kind of why I try not to let the microtransaction thing get me down. Because I know it's going to be a good game. Ubisoft likes their money, man.
Yeah, they do.
I think they could not monetize a game or two, though, to kind of get back in everyone's favor, because how much money do you think Siege makes them? Like, really?
Yeah, Siege is... Speaking of which, I'm going to uninstall Siege and reinstall Wildlands, just because Siege takes up a lot of room.
It's huge.
But yeah, I'm going to reinstall Wildlands here in a little bit.
I think I have it installed.
But yeah, the whole thing... I think if they're going to do that, their next game, they should do it with Beyond Good and Evil 2. Like, give us an actual reason to not look at that game and be like, oh, it's just going to be another cash grab. You just slap the Beyond Good and Evil title on it. Like, make it actually feel like it's going to be that world, which who knows when that game's even going to come out, because they announced it like 4 years ago now, I think, and barely started anything on it.
There's one very good thing about Ubisoft, though, and that is that even in Siege, even in a multiplayer online game like Siege, other than event ones, you cannot buy loot boxes in almost any of their games. You buy stuff at straight up value. You get to see what it is when you purchase it.
Yeah, it's not a risk reward kind of thing.
Yeah. And if we're going to have microtransactions, I want them to be the way where I can buy what I want and I don't have to like slog through a bunch of shit to try to get it.
Well, plus with Breakpoint, isn't most of it just cosmetic anyways? So
Yeah, it's gun skins and stuff. And like I said, you can buy guns and attachments that you can also unlock in game just by playing for people who want to speed that up. And you can buy skill points, which work the same way. So people that want to buy their way through the game, they can. But I kind of wish that wasn't there. But
I think the fear was that you can go into multiplayer with all the stuff.
yeah, I don't know how that works exactly.
And the fact that it's like people are also worried the more microtransactions there are, you start to blur that line where it's like, do you feel forced to buy stuff? Like, do they slow
Yeah.
down your XP so much that you almost feel obligated to buy it? Kind of like there's that big controversy over Assassin's Creed Odyssey where they
Yeah.
had the XP boost. Because if you didn't get it, you had to do like all the side quests to get enough experience, I believe.
That wasn't entirely true. I played through that game. You didn't have to.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. People made it.
I was gonna say
seem way
you would
more
know more than I
was.
do.
You could get it in a decent amount without too much grinding. People were overreacting.
The XP boost thing was also in Origins because I've been playing that, and it's if Origins and Odyssey are anything alike, which I know they use the same engine, so probably. I didn't really feel like I was leveling up that slow, honestly.
There
It
were
felt
some
pretty-
times where it felt a little like dragged out, but it wasn't like as awful as everybody said it was.
In Origins, when I went to kill the third boss, I did feel like I kind of hit a wall where it took way longer all of a sudden than normal, but it still wasn't that bad.
Fucking, you had to find El Penis or whatever the hell his name was in Odyssey. It took forever to get to the level you needed to be to find him, but after that, like, the game just kind of like takes off and you just go like that. That's
Origins was like, Origins was like I hit level 15, or like all the story quests were really spread out between level 1 and level 15. Then I hit level 15 and it was like story mission, and none of them were going up in level. They were just like one after the other.
Yeah.
So
with Breakpoint though, is there any like classes or anything like that in this one, or is it like Wildlands?
Yes, there's a class system, but I think it has to do kind of like Wildlands with how you put your points into.
Oh, okay.
Because with Wildlands you could how you spent your points.
I mean, you could just slap anything into any tree.
Yeah, but you could build your character the way you wanted to. Also, update on Wildlands because I just googled it on Breakpoint to make sure I was talking right. Ubisoft removed what they called the time saver bundle, which were the XP boost and the skill point and weapon upgrade buys. You cannot buy them.
Oh.
Apparently, those weren't supposed to be available yet. They're going to add them at a later date after the game has been out for probably a year or so. Probably to let people catch up.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I guess I understand that.
They might not ever add them again since the backlash was so bad.
It could also just be fucking PR.
Yeah,
just like
I love that it's basically them going, "Oh, how did those get out so early?" With everybody.
I always think of it too.
Yep, you cannot buy skill points, crafting materials, or weapon upgrades.
They just all these people bought that shit already, and they're like, and then they remove it, and they're like, "Oh man, I can't buy my weapon upgrades anymore, whatever." And then they come out and are like, "We had no idea this was happening."
Like Tim, did you put these microtransactions in here, Tim? Goddamn!
Come on, man.
We're sorry. Buy our game.
It's like they open the they're doing the magic trick where you put the person in the box, and when you close it and then reopen it, they're gone. They reopen it and the person's still just sitting there like jerking off. Just what how'd that guy get there?
Since we're talking about microtransactions and stuff, we should awkwardly segue over to Destiny.
Okay.
Oh,
Because I
I
have
did-
some.
Okay.
I have some
Okay.
tea.
Here's the awkward segue for it. Microtransactions are your destiny because we're all fucked in the video game industry. And speaking of destiny,
Okay, so recently, the other day, I found out that Destiny 2 has a battle pass. Didn't know it existed. Didn't remember reading anything about it. No
Ew.
one said anything. The game didn't even tell me to buy it. I leveled it up and I went, okay, what the fuck was that? That's when I found it. Okay, so one thing I do have to tell them is while battle pass systems are hit or miss, this one didn't miss, huh?
God damn it! Stop.
No, I do like that they didn't tell me to buy it. There was no in-game advertisement or anything. It was just there.
Okay.
I did
Okay.
like that because you know how most games with battle passes you like
Dude, you literally start
like,
the game
log in
up
and
and
it's like,
it just
hey.
shit whips an emblem in your face and is like, buy this fucking battle pass, pussy. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Dauntless does it every time you open the game.
We're gonna get demonetized because I cuss too much.
But I did like that part, and I like the part that they don't allow you to buy levels of the battle pass like every other one does. The battle pass lasts for 70 days. It has 100 tiers, like 100 levels. They won't allow people to buy levels till the last 15 days of the battle pass. That's it.
Oh.
Just in case they need to catch up because they got
Yeah.
behind or okay.
Yeah. I like that. And the reason I brought up the microtransaction thing is because I've been heavily scrutinizing the microtransactions in Shadowkeep, and Bungie stayed true to their word, man. They took out a whole bunch of most of the randomness is gone. Now you can their shop rotates stock every week, and you can buy anything from that shop, and you have the option to buy the loot boxes for a decreased price. No one's going to do that because most of the shit in there is trash. They did a good job. I'm happy with it, and that's why the breakpoint thing kind of upset me because there's a whole bunch of games that have come out lately that have been keeping microtransactions in a not as scummy way, you know?
Yeah.
And then it seemed like Ubisoft was like, want to buy some levels?
You know what game doesn't have scummy microtransactions? Monster Hunter World. Shane, tell us what you was gonna tell us about Monster Hunter World.
Oh,
It
that
has handler
I can't
costumes.
remember.
That's scummy.
But I mean, that's if you like the handler
That's
in the
just
first
cool.
place.
That's because the handler's scummy.
I like her. I think she's cute.
You're
Yeah,
fucking crazy. She's the most annoying
Compare to the
handler.
guild marm for 1 fucking second. Try me, bitch.
She got personality though.
No, she doesn't. She
Look,
literally
me
does.
and you gonna fight.
She literally does. Ha ha! I'm so quirky. Oh, Hunter, help! I've been caught by a monster again.
Haha, me hungry. Feed me.
Yep, that's her. Oh, Hunter!
Anyway,
I want to
Sorry.
become the
Give
best
me
teammate
mushroom.
ever.
That's
By
that's
the
a side
way,
mission.
I just got fucking caught by a Nergigante. Come rescue me. Help! Leon, help!
okay. I was gonna say
They're adding
the
Goku.
update. Yeah, they're adding Goku. I mean, Rajing. This month. Do you remember the date? I actually don't remember the date off the top of my
October
head.
5th. Right?
11th?
Oh.
Oh shit, that's real fucking soon. Oh, I gotta get prepared then. Yeah, they're adding him to the
19th.
guiding lands, and
No,
the guiding
to
lands
19th.
is kind of like it's randomly generated, isn't it? Map, kinda, or no?
No, the map is always the same. The monsters on it are randomly generated.
I need to, cause that's where I left off. I beat the
Yeah,
game,
me
and I
too.
just haven't went into the guiding lands
I've just been
because
waiting
classic
for you.
WoW.
I was like, me and you should just go to the guiding lane time and bust it out.
Yeah. I got really distracted by classic WoW, so that's why I
I got
haven't
distracted by
revisited it.
Borderlands.
Yeah, we all got distracted by something. But on top of Rajang, I didn't know they was adding this. They're adding a volcanic region to Guiding Lands, which is kind of cool.
Mhm.
Because we only had the Elder Recess, which is kind of volcano-y, but not really.
Okay, pose a question for you then. Them adding the volcanic area to the Guiding Lands. What doors do you think that opens for monsters in the future? For more DLC?
Akantor.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Damn
we
it, I
know
was
we're
gonna-
getting one more before the end of this year in December.
Akantor and Agnactor, because their names are too similar.
Actually, yeah. I was gonna say Agnact. I already know you want Seregius. Yeah, Agnactor could be in there, but I feel like they add him because he's not exactly the same, but he shares kind of a similar model to Legiacris.
Yeah.
So if they add him, they would have to add him.
I mean, he's kind of, his model could be in this game though. They could just use Giratudis's.
I mean,
I
he
mean-
kind of does have the same moveset as a Piscine Wyvern, like Giratudis and Levisioth.
They both do that like swimmy fucking
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
But the problem with the Legiacris skeleton that they were having was the neck. And Agnactor
Yeah.
has that swingy neck.
I think his laser beams look sick in World.
I was thinking a Cantor because they also added a ice region which opens up Ukenlos as well.
They could even do Gravios.
Yeah,
He would be
Gravios.
super annoying too.
Gravios would be fun.
I fucking got so sick of fighting him.
I feel like people don't know how to fight him either, which would make him even more fun to
Shits
see.
out the sleep
Yeah.
stuff or whatever, fucking constantly, knocks you out, rolls over on top of you, one shots you. Oh, that's one they
Yeah.
could add with the volcanic
Put you to
region.
sleep, literally falls over.
What the fuck is his name? The one, he's like a mid-tier monster. He puts the rock in his mouth and like jumps up in the air and slams down. He kind of looks like a frog. You know which one I'm talking about. He was in 4.
Oh,
Yeah, Tetsukabra.
Yeah,
I saw it.
Tetsukabra.
Yep.
Yep.
I love Tetsukabra. I would love to see him
And
in
it
World.
couldn't take too much work to make him. Dodogama looks almost exactly like him. So
He's a frog.
Yeah, he's a frog. Tetsukabra's a frog.
a big old rock frog with a sick ass armor set.
Yes, that's why I want him. Okay, so did you hear the thing about the Monster Hunter poll, Shane?
No, I did not.
They did a poll online in Japan. And Capcom of America did one too, asking what people liked and disliked about Iceborne to see them change in future patches.
I can tell you what the most disliked thing
The
is.
resounding dislike from all 3 countries, because UK, US, and Japan all got one, was weapon design.
Yep. Thank
And
you.
They didn't mention weapon design exactly, but one of the Japanese devs in an interview said that he saw the results of the poll and has taken what he saw into consideration.
I hope so.
Do you think they would feasibly patch to change weapon designs?
I
do you
think
it's
they
something
would.
they would actually do?
Because you have to understand, there's a lot of people that still play the older Monster Hunters. The games
Mhm.
don't really, the way they're designed, they age fine. Like you
Yeah, I mean,
You
I
can
still
still go
play GU
back and
on a pretty
play-
regular basis.
the previous ones and be just good with it because the graphics aren't anything.
Yeah, it's all about the mechanics.
So yeah, I think they would because it would also bring back a lot of the old players that might prefer the older ones.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking. It would be a way to drive up sales even after the game's already. Because I'm sure there are people that have not bought World yet that because of that reason that are just still playing 4 or Generation GU, whatever.
Oh yeah, I mean hell, we still played freaking
I play GU
GU all the time.
Yeah. But it could be a good sign. Like, if that happens, I think it'll just be another beacon in the holy shit, Capcom is being a good company. What alternate timeline did I slip into?
Yeah, that's that too.
Because we haven't experienced this in a hot minute.
Luckily, Monster Hunter's never had heavy microtransactions. Like it's always been super light, and I
It's
think
always
they're
been
really fair.
stupid
I think
shit,
they're
too.
fairly priced too.
It's
They're not
just
even that
stupid shit.
expensive. They're like
Like
$1 to $2.
emotes
Yeah,
and
dude.
hairstyles and stuff. I've never even bought one. I've never spent money on a microtransaction in a game. Probably never will because
Yeah,
I don't like the
I
hammer.
think they're fair. I think they're well done, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for Rajang. I'm excited to watch people get shit on by Rajang. That's what it really is. But I just want to know what the next new monster is going to be, man.
You
So
don't
they posted
fear
that
that
roadmap.
you don't fear that Rajang will be easier. I mean, Devil Joe was.
No,
Yeah,
I know it won't be easier.
I
At
I don't
TGS, a whole
know.
bunch of people got to test run it, and apparently he was just carting people after like time after time after time at the TGS demo. I just remember
Good.
Gaijin Hunter was tweeting about it and was talking about how he stood in line for an hour to get to his turn, and every one of the people in front of him, none of them succeeded the hunt. He didn't either. He also 3-carded. So we're talking about people that were there specifically to play Monster Hunter, whose jobs was that, and they were dying.
Good. I don't want anybody to clear it. Everybody will die to Rajang. Oh man. And speaking of dying, these segues are getting good, right? This is gonna be a good one.
Oh god damn
Incredible
it!
segue.
I've been playing two of the most Soulsy Souls games you could ever Souls the Souls. That just came out this year, and that is Code Vein and The Surge 2. And
Oh, how's the Surge 2?
Surge 2 is really cool so far.
Is the landscape still so barren it's kind of boring to walk around?
Right now I'm in like a massive like cyberpunk city, so
See, the first one you were on that like mining planet.
yeah, there was
This is kind
wasn't
of
a lot
boring.
going on. Yeah, there was a couple
Yeah.
robots flying around, and yeah, this one has a lot more going on it. From what I've seen so far, though I'm not that far in. I literally just beat the first boss right before we started the podcast. Now, Code Vein, I'm decently far in, and that game is getting weaker. I want to say in presentation, like
Mm-hmm.
it's getting more. It feels like it's getting dragged on. I don't know how far in I am. I've killed 5 or 6 bosses. I don't know how much more I've got, but like a lot of it's starting to feel like just the same exact thing over and over and over again with the like plot. You're like
Yeah, that
following
seems to
some
be the
dude
downfall
around.
of Bandai Namco games recently has been the plot. They've been sticking gameplay really well, and then the plot's just been really.
Yeah.
Even the Fighter Z story mode was not that good. So we don't want to talk about Jump Forces.
Still haven't even touched that. Yeah, and fucking dude, you remember how hyped everybody was for Jump Force? Like right before it came
Apparently, the
out.
online for Jump Force is still kind of active, and people like that. It's just a lot of people bought it because it was an anime story fighting game, and then the story was shit. Like,
Yep.
so
But Surge 2 is definitely looking super promising compared to the first one. The first one was okay, but this is like it already is like a step above it in a lot of ways.
the first one, it was all about the world sucked. The combat was fun in the
Yeah,
first game.
combat is still just as good, by the way. It's like, oh man,
That's good.
fighting that boss was so sick.
Do you does it still have the system where you can replace the pieces of your armor like one at a time
Yeah, you
to
can
have
like
different
slap
effects?
on, and it's a lot more literal in this one too. At least from what I remember from the first game, like you can literally like just get like scrap and slap it on your like exo, and it's like, oh yep, that'll have to do for now, you know.
And
What
your
I was
builds
always
are like what,
curious.
heavy,
Oh,
light, and medium exos?
Yeah,
Does it
there's
still work
still
like that?
the 3 heavies or the 3 types, yeah.
What I was curious is when you're like fighting big bosses or anything, can you rip off parts of them for yourself?
You have to hit the right limbs. You can get certain special pieces for hitting the right limbs and stuff. Because
Yeah,
you can
you can
like actually singular
cut the limbs
target,
off.
yeah, certain body parts
Hmm.
while you're fighting. It's
And
pretty cool.
And if you cut the limbs off of certain robots, you can pick it up and attach it to your.
I'm honestly considering halting my playthrough and going back to the first one, running it again before I do this one, because I don't remember everything that happens in the first one. And apparently this one is actually a direct sequel, which I find strange, because usually Souls-like games like this aren't direct sequels, just kind of like, oh,
Mhm.
yep, same, similar universe, whatever.
Do you think Code Vein is strong enough to get DLC content, like in the gameplay department?
It better be. I got the season pass for it. Fucking where I got that Green Man Gaming VIP code. By the way, Green Man Gaming is an awesome service. Everybody should check it out. All the games are really cheap on there.
Why
But
can't we be
Hell yeah.
sponsored by them?
like this podcast is sponsored by Green Man Gaming, but not really.
Not really, but I wish.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. But they gave me a VIP code that gave me an extra 5% off with the 15% off that I was gonna get on it. So then I just bought the deluxe edition, which comes with the season pass. So whatever DLC they do decide to release for it, I'm gonna get it. I just don't know what it's gonna be.
I also bought I got the deluxe edition of Destiny 2. So I got the next 4 mini DLC come out after Shadowkeep. Because apparently they're running Destiny 2 up until the end of 2021, and that's when they're going to start working on Destiny 3.
Cool. But yeah,
Took 5 years.
both those games are
Damn.
awesome. Code Vein less awesome than Surge 2 so far, but it's kind of a balancing act between them because they're completely different settings and all that other jazz. But definitely both are worth checking out to some degree. There was one more thing.
There's so many I want to buy. There's too many fucking games, and I just
need to finish playing them.
tax
Yeah.
returns could be fun. Oh yeah, that too.
I also got
Tax returns.
the Surge 2 pretty cheap with Green Man Gaming. Thanks, Green Man Gaming. You guys rock. It was only 42
really
bucks
do.
on there. But yeah, so there's only one more thing I wanted to talk about, and that was that this is Spooky Month. And
Spoopy.
that means that my favorite genre of video games gets celebrated every year.
And movies.
Well, I don't know
Come
if
on, bro.
horror is my favorite movie genre, but actually, honestly, it might be. Yeah. So my favorite genre of movies and video games
Mine too.
gets celebrated this year at this time of year every year, and I just gotta know what are you guys gonna be playing to celebrate the spooky month?
What are you going to be playing this year? Silent Hill 2 again?
Yeah, I'm doing the Silent Hill 2 anniversary stream.
Ah, that's
Nice.
cool.
I was thinking about popping up a good old Siren stream, my dude.
Woo!
Or Layers of Fear, because I haven't actually played through that yet. And I have it. But you, Shane, what spook game are you going to play?
Luigi's Mansion 3.
Aw,
I'm pretty
damn
sure
it.
this could be my game of the year. No, actually, I thought about I was reading because every now and then I get these urges. Okay, I can't satiate 'em.
He gets
I had to play
urges.
a Bethesda game, so I think about downloading a bunch of mods to make Fallout 4 spoopy and
I
playing
have
through
seen
that.
some spoopy Fallout mods.
Yeah, because I've seen like Darker Nights, ones that turn the ghouls into zombies and they spawn in like packs, you have to defend, and ones that change the noises. There's one that actually does Silent Hill music at certain parts of the game and makes it foggy. So that would be pretty freaking neat.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That's an interesting way to transform that kind of game too.
Yeah,
Also-
so I'm really kind of into trying this. I think I really will.
What old spooky ooky movies are you guys gonna watch? Because I have a list. Kyle knows I got a list.
I
Yeah.
do not
I got
have
a
a
movie-
list,
I
but,
have a movie a
I'll
day
steal
on
your
mine.
list. I'll definitely steal your list.
There's two movies that I'm really excited to rewatch for Halloween this year, and the first one is the first Saw because I haven't seen it in a very long time, and the second one is going to be either I was thinking Silent Hill, but then you were talking about watching it, so I thought maybe not, just because I don't really know if I want to watch that one again.
I watched
But
it yesterday.
but I definitely know that I'm going to be watching Jeepers Creepers, the first one again.
Oh, good idea. I
I
want to do
watched
that.
so day 1 of October I watched the 2 sentence horror story series that they have on Netflix. It was all right.
Are those good?
There are good and bad episodes, and I can do what I did with Brandy.
Wait,
for
are
you. I
they
can just
short
send you
horror
what I did.
stories?
Yeah, they're like 30-minute long. Each one is separately
Oh,
contained.
as
They're
someone that
each-
loves really short creepy pastas, that might actually be
Uh,
good for me.
and then yesterday I watched Silent Hill. Today I watched As Above, So Below, which is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. But the
I
big
think I need
one
to see that too.
is watching Halloween on Halloween.
Oh, of course,
Obviously.
the original, right?
Yeah, obviously the original. And I have to make sure to watch Texas Chainsaw 1 and 2 this year. I didn't watch them last year. So, and everybody knows that the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of the scariest fucking movies of all time. Still gets
What
me.
about the remake?
Shut up.
Oh, got my answer.
Also, you guys should watch Scream. I recently rewatched it before October because I'm an idiot. And that movie aged well. The older I got, the better it got.
I've also watched the original Scream recently.
It got better, didn't it?
3 months
From
ago,
the older,
I think.
from the older you were.
It holds up.
I think that movie's smarter than anybody ever gave it credit for.
That's why I want to watch Jeepers Creepers again, because the second one's awful. Like, there's no question about
Mhm.
that. That literally is just a teen movie where you want to see them get fucking killed by the dude. But the first one's legitimately like creepy in a
You
lot of
guys
places.
should also watch Hell House LLC.
Hell House LLC. That sounds familiar.
It's a found footage film about these people trying to open a haunted house on Halloween in an actual haunted hotel.
Oh shit. That
And
sounds.
The best thing about that movie is that they shot the entire movie on a budget of like less than $100,000.
Damn.
Which is not a lot for a movie.
That reminds me, I want to watch Wreck again.
So
The not shitty version. Oh wait, it was called something different in America, wasn't it? Was it called like Quarantine or something like that? Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Should watch Train to Busan if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I'm gonna watch Wreck. I want to watch fuck. What's the one? The Host.
You guys gotta give me a list. Oh, the Host. It's pretty good.
Old Boy.
Old Boy, dude. Old Boy is a fantastic fucking. I mean, it's more psychological.
Do you really consider? I was gonna say, yeah, I get
horror.
that movie is fucked up.
Can't think of too many other.
I haven't watched Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark yet. That's probably got to be watched this month by me at some point. Just because I haven't seen it.
Dude, I want to watch some Tales from the Crypt.
It's getting a remake this year.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
You know, that was the weird thing. Because, I mean, maybe this wasn't too scary when I was little, but I used to watch this when I was little. Just because I thought the fucking... the dude was funny. Because he was. He did a lot of, like, puns and shit. So, yeah, he was definitely... I
really like Tales from the Crypt.
Because I had a lot of trouble with scary stuff as a little kid. Which, I mean, I guess it's normal, you know?
And then, of course, towards the end of the month, I think I'm going to do what I always do every year and just rewatch Twin Peaks again. Like the first 2 seasons. Either that or I'll actually take the time to watch the new shit for it, finally.
I tend to watch X-Files a lot during October, and I'm trying not to do that this year. Because I like watching my favorite horror movies during this month. And I feel like I just didn't really do that. Have any of you guys seen Velvet Buzzsaw yet?
I've heard of that.
It's about that art collector. They find like a whole bunch of haunted art in a guy's house. It's
Who's
got
that?
Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Who's that by? Oh,
Dan
it's
Gilroy.
Dan Gilroy. Yeah.
It's good. Watch it. It's by the guy that did Nightcrawler. That's how you know. So, dude, Spooky Month is the best month. Let's be real here. Because of this stuff, like, I'm so into horror shit. It hurts.
Yeah, I am too. I get that shit from my mom. My mom used to watch all kinds of horror movies while I was
That's how
growing.
my mom is too. My mom loves horror movies. Also, it helped, like, being friends with Kyle and Brandy, who are also like heavily into horror in all things in life.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of us are pretty into that, honestly.
Horror is my favorite genre of video games, and I hope to God still that we will get as good of quality horror games as the Silent Hill series again one day,
Oh,
the Fatal Frame, the
I'm
Sirens.
gonna play Blair Witch. It's on Game Pass. I forgot.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I
I heard it wasn't too bad.
think that's gonna be it. Pretty much covered everything that we wanted to talk about for the week, didn't we? I mean,
Mm-hmm. Later in this month is gonna be really nuts though, with
oh my God,
Luigi's Mansion and
the 25th.
Yeah, I am so
The
excited.
day before the 25th is going to be a nightmare because we have so much to cover that Thursday. That is the week of Call of Duty, Medieval 2, and Outer Worlds. All three of those come out October 25th.
And Outer Worlds is on Game Pass, baby.
Wait. I actually forgot about that. I'm gonna play the fuck out of that. Yeah, this month really, it goes really hard, really fast. Also, Luigi's Mansion 3 comes out October 31st, right? Comes out on Halloween.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
Yeah. And Resident Evil 5 and the other one are coming to Switch October 29th, along with the triple pack at some point this month too.
The other one.
We'll talk about that one, all right?
Oh, man. All right. Any final words for tonight before we hop out of here, boys?
Stay spooky.
Yeah.
Frogs are not scary. Wait. Yes, they are.
Poison Dart Tree Frogs would like to have a word with you.
Tetsu Cabra wants to know your location.
All right. Well, I guess the final thing I want to say is Konami, bring back Silent Hill. All right, everybody. Have a good night.